Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Patri, and in today's video I'm going to show you all the books I've gotten in the past 6 months. So we're going to be here for a while. I think if I counted correctly, I have 36 new books, which is kind of a lot. But I've been trying to restrain myself from buying more because I have a book obsession. I have an obsession with reading and an obsession with buying, so I have my drink here because it's gonna take a while. So I hope it doesn't fall. And we're going to start. I'm going to try and keep the books that are from the same author together, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to because they're kind of all over the place. But first off, this isn't in any specific order. I'm going to tell you if I already read them or not. This is a summer romance by Ami Jimenez. We have Just for the Summer. Already read this. I gave it a 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. I think she's one of my favorite authors. Okay, let's switch it up. I should have divided them into different genres, but well, it's fine. Here we have Powerful, which is the Powerless novella, and Reckless, which is the second book from the series. I haven't even read the first book yet, but people love it so much that I'm just hopeful that I'm going to love it. But right now it's really hot, not really fantasy weather, so I'm gonna stick to reading them on the fall. Also another kind of fantasy romance read. I think it's more of a romance for me. I would categorize it more as a romance. But we have Never. Didn't understand anything here. There wasn't a plot. None of the characters were likable. I think I gave it a 3 stars. I am gonna buy the next book whenever it comes out and read it because I am putting my hopes in it. I just hope it gets better in the second one because I really like Jessa Hastings' writing, but this specific story was a flop for me. Then we have the last 2 books. Wait, it's like this, no? The last 2 books in the Addicted/Callaway Sisters universe. I have already read this series, but I wanted to own the physical copies of them because I read them on my Kindle 2 years ago, I think it was. And I've been collecting them slowly through the months because they were coming out with the new covers or the new print. I don't know. But these are the last 2. This series has been so expensive to purchase, but well, I do love it. And I am doing a reread right now on my physical copies. I'm annotating them, so that's amazing. And it's a romance series, but it's not plot driven, it's character driven, but like in the best way possible. Because I'm not a really big fan of character driven books whenever I'm not invested in the characters, but this one's lovely. Let's jump into Lauren Asher. I just received this book like an hour ago on the mail. So I have Love Redesigned and Love Unwritten. This is a spin-off series from the Dreamland Billionaire series. I think we follow some characters that we meet in the last book from that series. And I did really enjoy this one, so I'm really excited to jump into this one. And like, the covers are gorgeous. I do love Lauren Asher. I have read all of her books except for this one because I just received it. Now, same vibes. We have Wild Love by Elsie Silver, another spin-off series that follows the brother, like the first book follows the brother of one of the characters from the Chestnut Spring series. Gorgeous cover, small town, amazing characters. I just love all of Elsie Silver's books, and I'm so tempted to buy the new covers from the what was the name of the series? I can't remember right now, but like her first series ever, the one that comes before Chestnut Springs. I bought the old covers, and like, they're not the worst but not the best. The ones that are new are way cuter, but I need to restrain myself because I shouldn't be buying double copies of certain books. But maybe I'll ask for them on Christmas or something. Now, random books that I've bought recently. Obviously, all of these are recent. A romance book. Sports romance, obviously. He's a F1 driver, drive me crazy. I think this is her debut novel, so obviously I haven't read anything from her, and I haven't read this one yet, but it looks so cute. And I do love a sports romance, so I let you know what I think about it whenever I read it. Then we have How to End a Love Story. I know nothing about this book. I think I've heard that it's a sports romance. I have no idea, but the cover was so cute and the title was super interesting, and I like to go into books blind sometimes, so this is one of them. Ali Hazelwood. I've loved her last two books, Bride and Check and Mate, like way more than the other ones. I did enjoy the first ones she's written, but those two were amazing. I had such a good time reading them. So obviously it was a no-brainer. Again, I know nothing about this, but I think it's another like STEM romance, because there's some chemical things going on here, and you have like testing tubes and all that stuff. Know nothing about it. Hope I read it soon, because I think it's like a great romance for summer, but also for winter. I think it's like a good year-round romance. Then again, I bought this one having no idea what it is about. I heard something about a pregnancy somewhere around the internet, but I want to go into it blind. I have heard people talking about this book, but I can't really tell if they were like really good reviews or just like I read it, it was fine, but the cover is so stunning. Now we have Carly Fortune. Okay, when I read Just for the Summer is the Jimenez one. What was it? Every Summer After. I didn't enjoy it, but there was a specific trope that I hated so much, and it tends to be like all of her plot lines have that trope. Because the last one, I didn't read it, the Meet Me at the Lake, I think it is. I didn't read that one because I heard that it had the same trope, but people are enjoying this one, so I just wanted to give it a try, and I wanted to own one of her books because they are so pretty. I just have an obsession with buying books, okay? I just buy them because they're pretty. If the book isn't pretty, I'm not buying it. Another random romance. I knew nothing about this book. I just saw Sarah Caroli read it. She kind of enjoyed it, and it was super pretty in the author, so I was like, let's just buy it and see what I think about it. And I really enjoyed it. I think it gave off the same vibes as Swear on Your Life, maybe, I don't know, but like it gives off the same type of vibes, but I think I enjoyed this one a little bit more because it was more lighthearted. Let's go to one of my favorite authors. We have Sable Peak. This is the last book from the Edens series. I'm really excited for... Well, I did already read the first book from her new series. Again, like all of her books, I enjoyed it. They're not my favorite ones of all time, but I always enjoy them. I've read a lot of them. I'm going through her backlist, but it's so long that I can't. Like, I need more time because I have so many other books that I also want to read. But yes, this book was amazing. I haven't bought any of her other books, just this series, because I think they're kind of expensive and difficult to find. Another random purchase that's like a book that I usually don't buy books just because I read them and liked them, but it was kind of rare because it's a general fiction. It's not a romance in itself, and I thought I wasn't going to enjoy it, but I really enjoyed it. It's the author from Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I haven't read this one yet. I wanted to read this one because it was shorter, and I read it. It was my last book from 2023. And oh my god, it was so good. Now, a motion picture. I didn't know that. I am definitely going to watch that. I don't want to say what the book is about because I feel like it's better if you don't, you know? But I think everybody should read this. I read it because Hailey and Destiny loved it. I don't know if Sarah also loved it, but They were really impressed. So definitely give it a try. If you're not a fiction girly, you're a romance girly, I think you'll like this either way. And then we have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I know this is also fiction, so I need to be in the mood to read fiction, not romance. But I have it. I know people love it. The Australian girlies, Rachel, George, and Soph gave it 5 stars or 4.5. So I'm thinking I also like it. Okay, let's switch into a specific author. Let's tell the story, okay? First, I bought The 7 Years Sleep because everybody was raving about it. I don't know why I thought this was fiction. It's not. It's romance, but it has kind of paranormal things happening. Not fantasy. It's more like magical realism. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's fine. Like I really enjoyed this. I don't know if I gave it a 5 stars, maybe it was a 4.5, but really enjoyed. So I decided to buy this was her first book. I read the second one because I wasn't as interested in this plot, and I bought the new release. So we have the Dead Romantics. You see the characters from this book in this one, but there's no spoiler because they're interconnected standalones. It doesn't matter the order you read them in. And this one is her new novel. I think it's about a girl that loves reading small town romances or like books in general. So when she's in a road trip, I think she goes into a town and it's like a book town, something like that. But not like a book town where there's like a lot of books, but like a story in itself. I don't know how to explain it, but I love the idea of the book, so I think I'm gonna read it pretty soon. And I do love the cover. This is my favorite cover from her. Stunning. Okay, Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. This was one of my favorite reads of the year. I sobbed. If you haven't read the Magnolia Parks series, I know it's not for everyone, but everyone should try at least. And I must say, I do love that Daisy hates books more than the Magnolia Parks ones. So maybe read the first 2 books in the series before giving up. Oh, I forgot. I had another Chris and Becca Ritchie book here. This is their new series. They're like Common Families or something like that. I don't want to read about it. I just want to read it, not read about it. So stunning cover. It wasn't so expensive because I think this is like not published by them, so I'm going to collect the series. Whenever it comes out, I'll just buy the new book and I'll read it physically. I can't wait. They're one of my favorite authors ever, so I'm really excited for this one. I'm excited for all of them. If not, I wouldn't have bought them. Here we have a sports romance series. We have Longshot, Blockshot, and Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan. I'll show you the covers. I bought them because they are the new covers and stunning, because the other ones were like people covers, I think, and I'm not a fan of that. I know nothing about these books. I just know people love them and they're like kind of really sad, I think, and like deep topics, and I do like those kind of reads, so here I have them for whenever I feel like it. Okay, this book is something I typically wouldn't buy because it has like a different kind of format, but it has illustrations, stunning, and the cover is so pretty. Everybody raves about this author and people love this book, and it's like a Romeo and Juliet retelling. We're all in for that. And it's also like witch families that I guess they're rivals because they live in the same part of the city, so they are like competing against each other to gain clients, I'm guessing, something like that. Again, I didn't want to read a lot about it because I like going into books blind. Listen to me talk for like 30 minutes about how I don't know anything about these books because I hate knowing about books before reading them. Now we have these 2 books. We have the cheat sheet and the rule book. I did read this book, I think when it came out, what year was this written in? 2022. I think, yes, I read it whenever it came out. I have read a lot of her books. I have read The Temporary Roomie, The Off-Limits Rule, The Enemy, The Match, and this one. Then the book that comes after this one was coming out, so I decided to buy them both and reread this one before reading this one. I did also really enjoy this book. I've also read Practice Makes Perfect and When in Rome by her. I think she's a hit author. Like, none of the books I've read from her I didn't like. I liked them all. I enjoyed them all. Her banter is amazing. Her characters are amazing also. So I can't wait for Beck Burrower still. I think it's her next book coming out on February. And it's part of the When in Rome series, and I think already pre-ordered it. Now we have a cowboy romance, Swift and Saddled. This is the second book from the Rebel Blue Ranch novel series. Sorry, the first one is Done and Dusted. I bought this one. I think I'm gonna buy Done and Dusted again just cause the first copy I bought was an indie copy, and then they published with a publisher, so now they don't perfectly match up, and it's like I need to scratch that itch in my brain. So I think I might buy the first book again. But when I did read it, I really enjoyed it. Again, I think this author is kind of a Daphne Berry for me. She's really nice. She has really nice books. They're not my favorite of all time, but if I want, like, I don't know what to read, but I want to have a nice time, I know I can pick a book from her and I'm gonna like it. I've only read 2 from her books, but like, amazing, you know. Oh, I forgot. I'm a mess. I did already show you an Elisa Wood book, but here we have another one. This one I already talked about earlier. This is the second book I've read from her this year. And it's her first fantasy novel. I wouldn't say it's a fantasy. I think it's more like Twilight. It's a romance with a fantasy world in it, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope you're getting a book from the other characters that you see here, because I need more from this universe. We have 5 books left. First, I'm going to talk about Elle Kennedy. I've read her Off-Campus series and her Briar's You series. I read the Briar's You series, like the complete series. I didn't finish the Off-Campus series when I read it in 2021, I think it was, or 2022. I read the first 3 books, so I didn't read one of the main couples and the last novel that I think was about all of them or something like that. I don't know, because I didn't read it. So I decided to buy Girl Abroad. Sophie, I don't remember her name right now. Sophie, Rachel, Catherine's best friend, Sophie, read this book and she said she really enjoyed it. Like, a nice book, not the best ever, but she enjoyed it while reading it, so I wanted to try it out. I think the plot is kind of interesting. She moves to London, and when she gets there, she finds out that she is in a flat with boys only. She thought they were girls. So really excited to read that one again. And then I decided to buy the series that comes after the Off-Campus and the Briar's series. This is the spin-off of the Off-Campus, because it's the kids from the couples from the Off-Campus series. So we have the Graham Effect and the Dixon Rule. I've heard people say that they liked this one, but this one not so much. I hope I like them both. I do love sports romances, so I hope I do like them. And I'm making a wall between you and me with all these books, but well, I only have 2 left. We have Taming 7. I finished this book this month, I think it was. I loved it. I wasn't expecting anything from what happened to happen, but I do love Gypsy and Claire. If you don't know what this series is about, we have the Boys of Tobin series. If you don't like really hard topics, you shouldn't read it, because there's a lot of sad topics in these books, but basically you follow a group of kids that go to this school in Ireland. I don't know what part of Ireland exactly, but yes, it's all of them have sad topics, and again, it's not plot driven, it's character driven, but you fall in love with all of the characters in the first book. And some of them are like really long. I think one of them is 800 pages or something, but I read it in 2 days because once you start, you can't put it down. So I really recommend this series, and I can't wait for the next book to come out. And this is the last book I'm going to show you today. We have Funny Story. I haven't read it. I want to, but at the same time I don't want to, because when I read Happy Place, it broke my heart. Her writing, oh my god, so good. And I was sobbing while reading Happy Place, and I don't want this to do the same to me. But well, I'll read it before summer ends, because her books are really summery always. So these are all the books I have bought in the last 6 months. Some of them are coming on the mail, but they're like end of July, beginning of August releases, so I don't want to wait to film that. I just film another one at the end of the year with all the books I've bought the second half of the year, and that's it. So I hope you liked this video. If you've read any of these books, please tell me what you thought about them, because I love hearing you guys talk about the books you loved. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!